Everybody, this is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Wednesday, March 26th, 2025. So I've been saying that, we're going to get a nail biter. I was looking for something to come anywhere to test where the bottom of this gap up was down to the 5,700. And I didn't really expect it to do it in one day. So it was one of those things where I thought we were going to kind of chop around, but we're back to the whole tariff tantrum. And again, it's not a reason to get bearish on the market long term. They're going to provide these volatility spikes like we saw today, but it overall, I know that Trump's talking after the close. I think he's talking right now, actually. So he can come out and say something that he's going to be more lenient on tariffs, or they're just going to be specific, and we could be back up here, or he can say something that's bad, and we're going to come all the way down here where this is the line in the sand for the bulls. If they lose this, then my upside targets of 5,800 are going to get scratched, and we only made it to 5,788. But I'm still on the side that we're going to head up before we head down, and it's like I said, these tariff moves are they're tough to trade, but it's one of the things I did get a little bit trapped today because I was looking really expecting that this 57.16 level was going to hold. So I started buying. They're calls on the spiders, but they don't expire until April 8th, because that's when I'm thinking that the top is going to come in based off of our timing model. So I got in a little bit early on those. I took the portfolio took a little bit of a hit, but it's just on paper right now, just because, like I said, they don't expire until April 8th. And I did take another position for tomorrow that I mentioned in the room, because my take is this, that this entire thing was because of the tariffs. So Trump's talking right now, or when he talks, and he's either going to say something that's going to make the market puke, and we're going to come down to the 56.65, or down to the 56.40, or possibly down to the 5600. So what I did is I actually put on a straddle, and I did it with the spiders. This is it right here. I used the 566 put and the 570 put. So you can see that they're a little bit underwater right now, but this is more for the move tomorrow. This has nothing to do with it. This is the one where I got kind of trapped on it. You can see it took a hit. I did get hit on one other one. So we did get we took a hit on the portfolio, but I'm pretty sure by the time April 8th comes, that these are going to be worth a lot more than what I paid for them, and either these are going to be in the money one way or the other. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to get wrapped up. Will get cleaned up as soon as tomorrow. And again, what I'm going to do is just write the short term calls and puts off of this position and try to hold it. So right now we made it. I was a little bit surprised. I was pretty confident that this 5705 was going to hold. And when it didn't, I actually did get shaken out of my position, and that's where a piece of the loss came. But I didn't really want to. Once this got taken out, I mean, it opened the door for a move down to the 56.67, and I really did not want to ride that position down. So, like I said, I took the hit on it. We stepped away. We lived for tomorrow. We're still doing very well. We're up 86,000 for the year. So it's a day that it happened. I just didn't anticipate we were going to get this type of volatility move to the downside, but that's what happens when you get these tariff tantrums. So let's just take a look and see where the fibs are that we can keep an eye on and see what's going to happen. So here you can see that we had this the move down, and this is the 23% retracement was where I really thought that we were going to see the bulls step in, because it lined up just with this big candle. So there was a lot of trapped bears here, and typically what happens is when we come down here, they cover and we get a bounce back up. But as you can see from the 57.18, there was no bounce, and we kept going down on it. So again, This is where I took the little hit on it. I still think the ones that are on April 8th, that they expire, as long as the timing model holds in place and we do not take out that 5,600 level, I'm still on the side that we're going to be trading somewhere up into the 5850 or possibly 5,900, and I'm not ruling out 6,000. So if the bears are going to come in tomorrow, you can see we have some support here at the fib support at the 5677. But if we're going to come down here, I would just imagine that they're going to come and they're probably just going to close this gap here at 5670. So if that happens, then what happens is I'm going to simply close the put side of the straddle that I have, and possibly roll the call side out another day or two. But I'll wait and see what happens tomorrow with that. So again, we have the fib retracement at 5627, and then we have I'm sorry, 5677, and then we have the gap support at the 5670. So this is where I believe if the bulls are going to step in and defend this, it would be in this area. Now, if we gap below it, then again, we're going to have to keep an eye on the 5644, and then all the way down to the 5610. So I think we're definitely getting a little bit of juice on the volatility end of things, but I'm still on the side that we're going to head higher, and one of them is with this move here, we don't have any bearish divergences, so it would actually make sense if if we actually come up here and take these highs out just to give us the sell signals, and hopefully that takes a place, somewhere during the turn date that we're looking for in April, and we're a lot higher where we come up and close this gap at the 5824, and then make our way up to the other resistance zone at the 5862. So we're very oversold here. This was one of the reasons why I was saying I'm looking for some backing and filling, but again, I did not anticipate this move right here. This was all tariff tantrum. It happens, but like I said, I think we're going to be fine by the time everything is said and done and the dust settles. So 15-minute chart, we do have a little bit of a bullish divergence when we made these lows. Really, let's just take a look at things. Actually, what I'm going to do is this. Since we already know where the support levels are, I'm just going to turn around and let's go where some resistance levels are. Let me just clear these off because seems like whenever I put charts on on a 15-minute, it's carrying over into another chart, and it's frustrating as heck. But in any case, all right. So you can see from the high to the low, we made the bounce. Once we got up to the 23% retracement, we found some sellers. Now here's a pattern. Again, I love pointing these out. I have no idea if it is going to work or not, but it could be a possible inverted head and shoulders pattern. And here you can see this is the left shoulder. This is going to be your head. And then if we come down tomorrow and find support at this, oh, hang on one second. Let me delete this. And okay. So if we find support somewhere down at this 5701, which is not far behind, then what happens is this is going to be the right shoulder and we pop up. Now it's not really that big. We're talking 5717 down to the 5694. So maybe 25 points, but that will bring us someplace up into this level here and start pulling us away from these lows and let's say the danger zone that if they lose this, there's really no support because this is a big gap up. So that would then lead us to look for a move to come down to the 5670. So let's just see what plays out tomorrow. Let's see what Trump has to say about these tariffs today. Like I said, I do believe we're going to get a big move one way or another tomorrow. And with that, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.